Rest in peace to the legendary Bob Cole. All right, everybody, it's time for Talking Habs and Don't Puck with Media's playoff hangout. Welcome, everybody, to both channels. And hey, everybody, I'm Rick. All right, so we got game number 4, round 1, Boston versus Toronto. Boston is up 2-1. William Nylander is back in the lineup tonight. I know that. What else? I think that's all I got. I had written that he was supposed to. He was out because of a very severe migraine that doctors didn't even know. They couldn't diagnose why it's happening. I don't know. I'm looking there. So that's why he's been out. He's supposed to be back in the lineup tonight. What is the other change? Giordano is in. One of the defensemen is in. So those are the changes. I don't know if there's any changes for Boston. I do know Swayman is getting the start apparently tonight. So they are not going with their normal rotation. Swayman seems to have Toronto's number for sure. And so they're going with Swayman. So that's pretty big. So we're just waiting for the start of this game. I would say about 10 minutes from now. So if you're here, say hi. I'm going to say hi to you, whoever's here now, and we'll talk a little bit before. I don't have much else for this game. Phil, hey Phil, how's it going? So Phil, my signal's low, I see. I don't know why, other than there's probably a lot of people online watching this game, streaming it, and it's just starting, so that's why all of a sudden my signal is down. But if you can still hear me, say hi when you get here. If you're here, say hi. Let me know what you think of this game, what you think, who you think the winner is going to be tonight. I dare say my brain says Toronto, but I don't want Toronto to win, so I hope Boston. But my brain says Toronto's probably going to tie it up. This series is probably going to go to 7 games. We'll see. I mean, it has to be played out on the ice. On the Toronto side, also, they're going still with Samsonov. Not a surprise there. Anyways, we'll see what happens in this game. Should be a good game. I'm hoping Boston wins. So we'll see if I'm right about that. Let's see, what have I got here? I've got. Has anybody seen this? It's a logo. I didn't do this. I saw out there. This is how I am right now. No, right now for this series, that's me. You can say what you want about it, but what do you guys think of that? And then here's Toronto. The refs. Did anybody see Steve Dangle talking about how Boston? They said Boston's only card is to complain about the refs. And he went on and on about the refs and Boston complaining. And that's all Toronto's doing. Unbelievable hypocrites over there. All right. Get back to you guys. You win. What do you win? ABL. The Bruins continuing the rotation and going with Allmark. I just heard that it's Swayman. You sure about that it's Allmark? I think if they go with Allmark, it's a mistake. I'm going to definitely say if they go with Allmark, I'm going to say I'm right that I think Toronto's going to win. Not to take anything away from Allmark, but it just doesn't. You go with the hot hand. Swayman's got it right now. Yeah, not a good move. I complain about the refs. I admit it. But I'm not going and saying, that's all they do. No, I say every team complains about the refs. Every fan base, the coaches, they all complain. That's what I'm saying. I've been saying that. Challenge me that it's not what I'm saying. There are games when of course. But it would be a bit hypocritical of me to go and say, yeah, the refs only for the other team. And I don't really do that. There are games when I do that, but not in an overall sense. How's that? Did I get out of it? Is that satisfactory? I know I complain about the refs a lot. To be fair, Boston said, "Oh, listen, I'm not saying that maybe in this particular game that they did have a beef, of course, but I'm saying Steve Dangle saying that all Boston does is complain about the refs. Maybe look in your own backyard, though, right? I don't say that about other teams because I complain about the refs a lot. That's all I'm saying. I'm not that hypocritical. I'm not that much of a hypocrite. Maybe I am. I don't know." Toronto must win tonight because if they don't, things will be really tough for them. I agree with that, Gislain. Gislain and Huzu both here. No, definitely. It's as good as a must-win game for Toronto. They don't want to go down 3-1 back to Boston. So, yeah, I feel that Toronto's going to win this game, but I'm rooting for Boston. That's how it is. Because there ain't no way in the world I'm ever rooting for Maple Leafs. I can root for Boston in certain situations like this, but can't do it for Toronto. Just can't do it. Hey there, David. Who's that? I'm not who you're saying got away with a trip on Stamps breakaway. I had a bad day today. Gotta relax. Okay, who's that though, Yak? I'm not sure. Kachuk, you're talking about? Kachuk got away with a trip. I didn't watch that game, to be honest with you, so I don't know. It's just yep. If they win tonight, they're down to best of 3. That's true though, Bit Huzu. Says Leafs fans complain about the refs. Bruins players complain to the refs. It's not the fans only complaining. It's Sheldon Keefe doing it at his little press conference, and a guy like Steve Dangle. They're heading out onto the ice. We'll have the national anthems, and then the game. Yeah, last night, what did I watch? I watched 2 periods of Vancouver and Nashville, the second and third, and then I watched Edmonton and LA. Hey, Zachary. Good luck, dude. You guys are going to need it, but I feel you guys will win. I'm not rooting for Toronto, but I kind of feel you guys will win tonight, so like it means anything, but if it does, may the best team win as it always should be. How's about that? If Toronto's the best team tonight, I hope Boston wins. If Boston's the best team tonight, I hope they win. How's that? Zachary, I'm not cheering for Boston if they move on either. So we agree on that. I'm only cheering for them here. That's the only time. Anyways, listen, if you're here, say hi. Ask a question. Let me know who you think is going to win the game. I see Nylander out there with his helmet on, so he must be on the bench. I just saw his face quickly. That's a big boost for Toronto, getting Nylander back. I mean, on his part, I don't wish him bad. I don't wish him any ill health, especially. So, hope he's feeling good. He's back. See you later, Gislant. Enjoy the game. All right. So, what do you guys want to talk about till we get through this national anthem stuff? Which I wish they didn't do. I don't really see the need for this. If it was an international competition, you could say it is, but it's not really. Then yeah, but for NHL, there's no need for that. Yeah, we're gonna have a later start because they're doing the Bob Cole tribute, which is nice. No problem with that. He was a legend. He mostly did Leafs games, but he was a Habs fan. I think it's known now that he was a Habs fan, so you gotta have some respect. And as far as voice, if for me, it's Danny Gallivan, Dick Irvin. But you know what? He's right up there, just underneath that. He's right there, Bob Cole. I mean, grew up with him too, mostly. Not maybe my whole life growing up with him, but a lot of it. So a legend, definitely a legend. There used to be a drinking game that that friends of mine would play. I didn't drink much at the time, but if you watch a game where Bob Cole called the game, he made a lot of mistakes as far as guys' names and stuff like that. So every Bob Cole mistake, you take a drink. By the end of the game, you're sloshed. But still, he's a legend. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I don't have anything bad to say about him anyway. From everything I hear, was a great guy. And he was a Habs fan. David, you're saying disagree. Is there a comma there? Or you're saying disagree? We need patriotism. Disagree. We need patriotism. They're both. That's different statements. Yeah, the problem is there's not so little of it these days. There's fake patriotism. All the stupid convoy freedomers are, and on the other side in the states, the right wingers, the Trumpers, they're all patriots. They're all patriots. Yeah, sure they are. Yeah, we don't need that kind of patriotism, dude. We don't. Need a lot fucking less of that stuff. You're picking Nylander? I'm not doing that anyway. I mean, you could pick it, just I'm not doing a guess the score. We're doing the anthems now. We should have a face-off shortly. Hey there, baby Yoda. So if anybody wants to guess who gets the first goal, team and player, just for fun. What am I gonna go with? What am I gonna go with? I don't know. Shit, I can't decide on a player. It's gonna be Boston. Boston gets the first goal. Doesn't mean they're gonna win, but Boston with the first goal. Man, I can't decide. I'm just going to go with, I don't know why, and he's probably not going to score, but Frederick, because he scored last game. Only name wants to pop into my head. BL. Magog play Brandon tomorrow in Sydney for the gold medal. Nice. I've got, to be honest, I got zero Quebec national pride right now. So I don't really care that Magog's in it or not. Boston with the first goal. Bobby Schmatz. No, Zachary, it's okay. Pick Will. I'm just letting you know. I'm not doing a guess the score, but definitely pick Willie. Willie Styles with the first goal. And when asked if he'd score the first goal, he said, "Nah, not tonight, dear. I've got a headache." They've got a place. Is they got a place set aside for Bob Cole tonight? That's nice. He deserves the praise and the adoration. Do you dare ask where the gang is at? Where's the gang at? It is Cam's grandfather's birthday, so he's not here. Alex is working at a friend's restaurant. Should be here soon. Harry didn't confirm yes or no. And Matt, don't know. Is Willie working tonight? Hang on. You working tonight? No? He says no. Joe's got Boston 6, Toronto 4. We're underway, by the way. I don't know why I didn't say that. We've got Swayman in net, so whoever said, "Oh, Mark, you are wrong," and Rick was right. And at least if it's not Swayman, they put his name up there that he's in. So yeah, that's Swayman. That is Swayman. What's the Laval about? Is Laval's season over? The season's over by now? No, I don't even know. Yeah, their season's over. We're just a little over a minute in. One shot for Toronto. That's it. No score. Not a penalty? Maybe not. J-Fed, me too. Yeah, I definitely hope that. Last Saturday hockey game featuring Toronto for this season. I'm looking for Toronto to play with a little more oomph and see if they're capable of that. We'll see. That's what's needed. I don't think they can. And for Boston, I think Boston just has to play their game. Be patient and play their game, and the doors will open as needed or when needed, I guess. Capitalize on the opportunities present. They took their shot away. When the opportunities present themselves. Dallas is also, yeah, I'm surprised with Dallas. That screws my my bracket. I had Dallas in the final. Probably, I think I had Dallas winning it. So that screws my bracket right there if they're out. Yeah, I didn't pick Winnipeg. Only in my video bracket, I believe. I think I had the opposite, Joe. Dallas Rangers, Dallas to win it, I believe. The opposite than you. So we're almost 4 minutes in, so not a lot of whistles. That's pretty quick. They took the shot Toronto had away. No shots, no score. Leafs need that Nylander boost. Keys to success, sure. Transition game for Boston. I think it's a little bit of defense for both. Boston took it too many men, and Toronto on the power play. A little shorthanded shot there by Boston, still with the puck, killing off time. That's it. Kill that clock. Toronto can't even get the puck. 30 seconds in to their power play. They just got possession behind their net. Well, I wonder if that's an omen of the way things might be tonight. Renegade Man, you might be right on that. Well, at least as long as those two teams are good, anyway. You took Edmonton and Carolina. Looks like you got better chance than us. Ooh, what happened there? Was that blocked? 45 seconds left in the power play. 5 minutes gone in the first. From the look of it, this power play looks rather anemic. Hey, anemic is like a good word for it. 25 seconds left in their power play. They can barely penetrate the zone, is what she said. They finally get a shot, saved by Swayman. And that power play is over. Florida's a good team. Florida's going to go far. Giveaway right near the slot anyway, right in the circle. Oh, yeah, power play's over. That's right. Broken up by Toronto. Can they get it out, though? And they do, but an icing call? Nope, didn't go that far. We're down to, what are we, almost 7.5 minutes into this first period. Shots are 2-1. No score. Marchand shot off a stick and out. So far, so good, I guess. I think it's a little bit better in the first. The first three games, first periods weren't great. Kind of boring even till the game picks up. Usually in the second, midway through, these games pick up. And the third period's been good in all three so far. We'll see how it goes tonight. I was kind of hoping it would be over by tonight, but Toronto had to win game 2. All right. I'm losing people left and right. If you're here, say hi. If you haven't already, what do you think of this game? Anything you want to talk about? If the game's too boring for you, whatever you want. I may be joined by somebody later or not, because I don't know. I'm the last one to know. Game too boring? Well, I mean, it's not overly exciting. 3 shots. It's not like they're, but all 3 games have been like that. The beginning of the game, yeah, and then it picks up, the pace gets better, and then it gets exciting. Maybe not in the first one because they were leading 5-1, or they were winning 4-1, I think, till the empty netter. So, but the last 2 games kind of went exactly the same. Swayman, 3 goals against, facing 66 shots so far in this playoff series. We get an icing call here, I guess. An icing call against Boston. Hellebuck, I think, is 5-something. Is got a horrible goals against. Got a 5.5, no, a 5-point-something goals against average for the playoffs. Penalty coming up. Tripping call. Marner. Boston going on a power play. Is it 850? Maybe it's 850. Okay. That guy makes more. Well, that's the save percentage, though. I was talking about goals against. So maybe we just got our wires crossed there. Yeah, you were talking save percentage. I went with goals against. Don't know why. Who do I see as close to being ready to make the big club? I didn't see Reinbacher, so I can't really say. Mayu had a game. If that puts him ahead, okay, but I didn't see Reinbacher really this year. have to make that judgment in the training camp. Boston 5 for 10 on the power play so far in this series. They're just moving it around, trying to find some opening to get a shot. And they can't. Nyes with a good interception there, knocking a puck away. Jets fans were mocking Georgia, but didn't they win 6-2 last night or something? You say Mayu for sure, but you don't know that for sure, who's who. You don't. Wasn't it 6-2 last night? Colorado over Winnipeg? So I see the power play's over, obviously. And they did not score. Zaka was close there. Halfway through the first. Exactly. On the nose. 4 shots for Boston, 2 for Toronto, no score. Swayman covers up the puck. And face off in front of him. I didn't watch the Winnipeg game. I can't tell you really. So no, Hellbuck's not playing well. Your money may be on him, but I'm still right. We don't know for sure. That's all. But your money may be on him. That's fine. Commercial break, of course. Anyway, so far nothing really going on there. Neither are ready. Well, I mean, yeah, that'll be judged in training camp, don't you think? And I'm not going to say whether Reinbacher is ahead or behind Mayu unless I see Reinbacher in an NHL game. Excuse me. Training camp, we'll find out. I don't think they can all make it anyway. I mean, Savard and Matheson are probably still going to be here, so they're playing. There's 4 spots. Yeah, they're probably both staying in Laval next year. We shall see. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work out with the defense. It's going to be pretty interesting what they do. So it can. I mean, I'm not saying 100% that is true, but it's likely that is probably true. They need to cook for a little bit longer. Who that is the good thing. You're right. David, I hope your day turns out better than it been. Let's put it that way, or that tomorrow at least better. All right, we're 9 minutes left in the first period. Shots are only 4-3, and there's no score. This game has not heated up yet. Oh, someone's going out. Penalties coming up. 4. Maroon. They showed Reeves on the bench going, geez, they're lucky I'm not on the ice. Edmondson pushed Boquist. So why is Maroon going out? So Maroon takes down Edmondson. They're both out. Okay. Offsetting penalties will be 4-on-4. Well, good to hear that, David. All right, we're 4-on-4 for another minute 50. Does someone score with more open ice? We'll see. There's a chance that the net I was turned around. Didn't see it. That's the Boston net. Boston in the Toronto zone now. Pasternak with the puck. Oh, I don't know who that was. He gave it to, and then he little backward pass while he's going through the crease to nobody because there was nobody with him. Why give away the puck? But now they've got it again, so it doesn't matter. And as I said that, Toronto steals the puck back. Minute 5 left in the 4-on-4. Toronto in the Bruins zone. Another penalty. Matthews got tripped. So what will be 4-on-3? No, it was Marner was hauled down. But if it was on Marner, that was a hooking call, not a tripping. What? Oh, it was a slash. That makes more sense. I thought he did that on his shin. That's tripping. I thought that's what he did. So it's 4-on-3 for 53 seconds. And then it'll be 5-on-4. Willie Styles takes a shot off something and out. Yeah, he can. Marner not playing like a very brave game. Let's put it that way. All right, the 4-on-3 now becomes a 5-on-4 power play. $55 seconds left in that. $25 seconds left in the power play. With them not accomplishing much here. Shot on Swayman, an easy one. Cleared down with 5 seconds left on it. So killed off. And they did not look fluid, or I don't think they set up properly. They didn't look good. 2 power plays in a row, if I'm correct. For Toronto, not a good power play tonight. We're down to almost 5 minutes left in the first. Shots are now 5-3, but for Toronto this time, no score. Yes! Bad giveaway by, I don't know if it was Reeves, but he was on the goddamn ice. Right in the slot. To, who was, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was Reeves giving it away to Van Riemsdyk. So, what's his name there? His first name, Van Riemsdyk? I know there's the other one there. I don't know any of them. Is it Trevor Van? This is not Trevor. It's the other James Van Riemsdyk. Yeah, Reeves, because you don't know how to play hockey. That's why. One nothing Boston on a Reeves turnover. It's definitely the refs. Got to be, eh? Who's who? I saw it, didn't you? Four and a half minutes left in the first. Now, Leafs are getting a little bit more pushy and shovey. Right under the leg. Nice. Still, Barnaby, I'm still a little early to say they're shit in the bed. It's just 1-0. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm hoping you're right. It'll lead to that. Keanu Reeves would never have made a mistake like that, right? Listen, this could be a bad. I mean, Samsonov is very capable of giving up 5 or more goals here tonight. Anyway, still a lot of hockey left, so not going to call anything off of a first goal in the first period. I say that and then watch that be the game-winning goal. Wouldn't that be awesome? And then Reeves, when asked about it in the locker room, instead of him saying, that, oh, that guy's lucky I wasn't on the ice, he's going to say, yeah, the Bruins were lucky I was on the ice. Nice. 5-5 are the shots. 1-0 Boston. 4.5 minutes left. David, I was reading what you wrote there, and I was sure you were going to say was married to a man. For some reason, I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, I don't know who he's married to. No idea. Didn't even know if he was married or not. I think they're going to go for a commercial break. Am I right? Maybe not. Just over 4 left now in the first. Boston leads the series 2-1, and they're leading 1-0 right now. Oh, Winona Ryder? He's married to Winona Ryder? Is that what you're saying, David? I think I could say this. If I am a Leafs fan, which I'm not, I'd be really pissed at the way they're playing right now. David, I did not know that they were married. I would if you could ask me 1,000 times, I would not know that. You learn something new every day. They don't say what or how important, but you learn something. There's something. We're 3:20 left in the first. 1-0 Boston. Shots are still 5-5. Although it'll go to 6-5 for Toronto. And we'll have a stoppage in front of the Boston net. A Willie backhand right into the logo, pretty much. Willie and the hand jive. At least wins draw. Oh. Bruins come out. That pass from one Bruin to the other hit the guy like in the chest. Like, what kind of a pass is that? Little too high, bud. Little too high. .220 left in the first. Jeez, for a second, I thought that went in. Puck went out, actually. After a shot on goal, didn't see how it went out, but it did. Oh, I see how it hit the guy in the chest, off a stick and up. Renegade man, you'd think so, but they're probably going to find something and go, look, we're going to change the coach. We're right there with these guys. We're going to do it one more time. That's probably what they're going to do. We're getting the band back together. 150 left in the first. Shots are 6-6. 1-0 Boston. There goes Boston. Sort of 2-on-1. You guys shot and wide, I guess, since it didn't go in. Shot from the point, save Samsonov. Face off. Marchand is such a great player. Yeah, I can praise him here. Now, listen, I have said that he's a good hockey player. I don't like the guy in particular on the ice. I know off the ice, he's supposed to be a great guy. And he is a good, he's become a great player. Face off, I believe, is to the left of Samsonov. 122 left in the first. Shots are 7-6 now for Boston. Still 1-0. Boston. Offside. Marchand is already on the list, yes, BL. But he can temporarily come off the list until the series is over. Then he immediately goes right back on the list. It's my players I hate list, or people I hate list, I guess. BL keeps score for me. Imagine trying to play hockey on that white ice with a migraine. You got to understand the guy couldn't play. I couldn't imagine that. So, for him, I'm glad he's feeling better. My list has too many rules? No, they're my rules. They're fine. I'm a complicated person. Oh, good save there by Swayman. Pressure here by Toronto a little bit. Keep the puck in. Boston comes out. 12 seconds left. We're going to get even a chance? Maybe not. So we got 1-0 Boston after 1. 1-0 after 1. Marchand's not happy. I think Marchand wanted to get into something with somebody. Bertuzzi. He's taunting him. There are no rules when it comes to Marchand. Not in the hatred of him as a hockey player. Not as a person, because I understand he really, as much as I don't want to believe it, but apparently he's a really nice dude. So, but as a hockey player, hate him. So you can put 2 entries, BL. Hockey player, hate. Regular guy, take him out. That's a new rule. All right, so we got an intermission of determined time, 18 minutes. That we've already used 1. Whatever you guys want to talk about, go for it. It's real lax airtime tonight, especially with nobody here that's supposed to be here. The only good thing is 3 out of 4 of them let me know in advance. But it's weird how, I don't know, is that the younger generation? Let's make plans. Yeah. It comes time to do it. No, we're not. I got other things going. Is that the younger generation or that just me? What do you want to talk about? Hey, Lucas. Am I having a good night? It's okay. I hope you had a good dinner. Hope you had a good dinner. Even though you didn't say you're out to dinner, I'm assuming that. Neo liked girls. What, in the Matrix, he liked girls, or are you saying Keanu likes girls? I like girls. I like the girls don't like me. I kissed the girl and I liked it. So what are we going to talk about? We can talk about hockey. We can talk about Habs. This game, Habs, whatever you want. We can talk about something else. Whatever's on your mind, peoples. Lucas, very true. This is very true. And it's been happening for a while. I remember really the first time that I noticed that, really noticed it. I want to say I was 40. So I guess 21 years ago. No, maybe just a little under 20 years ago, 18 years ago, working at Weedman. The employees that at the beginning of the season that everyone thought, no, they're not going to make it because we were old. We were the ones that were all there at the end of the season. And the young kids, they went through like every week. We were going to new ones. So, yeah, I know. I I definitely agree with that. I'm not complaining. Once again, I love my partners. They're great guys, but they're not perfect. $10 to midnight. For what does the AST mean? For tomorrow or something tomorrow for the Edmonton series. What you mean the doomsday clock? Is that for that series? Hey there, Derek. Are you agreeing about young kids? I don't know how old you are, so. Are you agreeing about the young kids? What's absolutely? Well, look at that. I don't know. Should I leave him in the green room? Hey, Alex.
Was I the only one who showed up?
Yeah. Well, Cam said he wasn't going to. Harry was. Matt. I don't know.
Oh wow.
He's your buddy. You're there in Boston. You should know where he is.
I don't know what he was doing tonight. I was with him and Cam last night, and he came. Matt came over my house afterwards. We were watching the Colorado Winnipeg game, and next thing I remember, I wake up the next morning in my bed, and I'm like, I don't even remember him leaving. I fell asleep on the couch, and I was like, so I messaged him, and I go, Buddy, did I fall asleep on the couch while you were still here? He goes, yeah, I was fine. I was just watching the game. I was like, damn, kind of feel like a dick.
Yeah, it happens. And you probably are a dick, but it happens.
Oh, gee, thanks. I was deadbeat tired. Like, I didn't even realize how tired it was if I fell asleep with company over.
Yeah, it happens, though. When you're tired, you work.
Yeah, I had a good day, though. So, I'm going to probably at least watch one period with you. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole game, but I'll at least watch the second period.
Admit it. If you'd known nobody was here, you'd not shown up.
No, I was going to show regardless. I said that I was going to.
Yeah, I just don't know what happened with Matt, but I mean, he's probably going to say, yo, it was Saturday. But I'm sure.
He went out last night, so I think Alicia might have him dog-collared tonight.
I'm sure you and Matt both said you'd be here.
I don't know. Matt didn't bring anything up about it, so I will be fair in that aspect. But
no, I'm going to go with what my memory tells me.
Yeah. Cam,
it's probably wrong, but he's going to say it's his day off.
They're all set up, hon.
But by the way, it might be his day off, but it's Saturday. It's the playoffs.
Yeah, true.
That day off during the regular season, that's over.
Yeah, I messaged him.
And he lives now with his girlfriend. So
yeah, I messaged him around like 6, I think, and he messaged me back. But I haven't heard from him since.
I hope he comes and he tells me, yeah, no, I was at Alicia's. That excuse don't work no more.
No, not no more.
Hey, if he
says I was at Alicia's, you're gonna say, "Oh, so you were hanging with her and watching TV in the bedroom?"
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but so he was supposed to be in on more Saturday nights because he's at home.
Yeah, anyways, now he has to have that excuse.
Yeah, no excuse, but he's not here. Now, he's just the only one who didn't tell me, but I'm sure he's going to say, well, it's Saturday. I didn't, you young guys, we're just complaining about young people.
It's sad when I'm the second oldest one still, I think, out of the group. I'm 32. Cam's 29. Matt's 26. I think.
Yeah.
And I think, Harry's 21?
22. I'm 61, so that makes you all young guys.
You're still younger than my dad if it makes you feel better.
You're all young in the same category. You, as the oldest one, should be happy with that.
I'm old. It sucks. I'm gonna be 33 in 3 months.
My oldest just turned 33 last month.
Oh, there you go. What did he do for his birthday?
Went out with friends.
That's always fun. I am in a good mood because of the Boston Celtics, actually, because they absolutely annihilated the Miami Heat, and that was great.
Playoffs over there too, I imagine.
In basketball, the Celtics are the best team in the league, and they have no excuse not to win it all. They're the equivalent of what the Bruins were last year. Maybe not quite that dominant, but pretty close.
So what takes so long for the NBA playoffs to go? Am I correct? It takes them forever.
What, for the playoffs to start or to
just to work through?
Well, they're both 82-game seasons. They run parallel to the NHL.
Right.
But the only difference is the NBA has recently added something called a play-in game it's about a week from the 6 teams that have already clinched a playoff spot.
Oh, maybe that's what it is then. Because there's like a week. They could have like a week of no games, and then they're
pretty much, yeah. And then the 4 teams that are in the play-in games, the way they do it, they have the 7 seed and the 8 seed play each other, and the 9 seed and the 10 seed.
Yeah.
The winner of the 7-8 seed automatically faces the 2 seed, and then the winner of the 9-10 seed game faces the loser of the 7-8 seed. And then those 2 teams play each other, and the winner of that faces the 1 seed. I will say, if the NHL were to do any type of playoff expansion, which I still am against, if they were to do it, I would like them to do it that way, like a 1-game playoff for like the 2nd and 3rd wild card or something like that. That would be a little interesting because that would get everyone on their toes.
Well, they could also expand divisions from 4 to 6.
6 divisions. If they go to 36 teams, I could see that.
Yeah, there'd be some point because you got to think if they're talking expansion again, they're probably not stopping at 2 more. Probably going to be
34 just feels like a weird number. They'd probably go to 36.
It's fine at 32.
Chill at that for a while.
They should straighten out the teams that are struggling first.
Winnipeg's the next one. That's the team they got to look at now that Arizona has moved. They got to situate everything that's happening there because they weren't even able to really get 80% of that barn filled, and they only hold 14,000, and they're good.
Yeah, no, and it's a surprise considering it's Winnipeg. That should be a market that should be into hockey enough to, to fill an arena.
I don't get it either. Like I said, it's one of the smaller barns in the NHL. It's not even like they got like a 20,000 seat arena.
It's a small market, so it's a small market, but the interest should be there to fill a smaller arena.
And the team's good.
And
even though they got destroyed last night, but it's still good.
Yeah, maybe it's time to. It's like they're going to be like Atlanta, 2-time losers.
I hope they keep them in Canada though, because I don't want to.
They have to keep it in Canada.
Like I want to, if they're going to do 36 teams, I'd like at least 9 to be in Canada.
Canada's not getting another team if they expand. You can forget that.
I think Quebec City could get another one.
Kind of doubt it. Didn't he say something recently? What
was the reason why they moved out the first time?
The reason, I'm trying to think back now. I think more so that Quebec, it was when they couldn't afford it was pre-salary cap, and they couldn't afford the payroll, which was the same. Listen, the Habs couldn't. Well, they could because all the marketing and they sell stuff everywhere, right? So they had the merchandising, they could afford it. But small market teams couldn't afford the exchange on the dollar, and to have to be able to ice a team that can compete with with like the Rangers and the big market teams.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, like the Rangers at one point, I remember they had like a payroll like of $150 million. Because they had a lot of injuries.
The Dodgers are now in the MLB.
Yeah, because they had a lot of injuries, and every time they had an injury, just go get the next best guy, like whatever. Just money's not an option.
Yeah,
and that's what they did, and they just stacked their team. That's why the salary cap came in.
The next thing they got to do is work on this cap circumvention, nonsense that Vegas and Tampa and all these teams have been pulling. You can't keep doing that. That's got to be in the next CBA. You can't do anything now, but when the next CBA comes in, they have to fix it.
It depends on who you listen to, but I mean, apparently when a guy goes on LTIR, the system is the team doctor declares that, right, whatever. But then the NHL's doctors have to write that off as well. So they have to examine and they have to okay this.
Isn't it just ironic, though? It seems like these guys all keep coming back game one of the playoffs.
Right. So it screams to are they bad doctors or corrupt? Right? It's got to be. It screams to more corruption on their part.
Mark Stone, lacerated spleen, just happened to be back game one. What a shock. Nikita Kucherov misses an entire season. Just happens to come back game one.
Yeah, not the week before.
Game one of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Like that's
Shea Weber's got a broken body. Going to be on LTIR the rest of his career. Not unless we approve it. They made a point of saying
Ryan Ellis has the
weirdest
injury I've ever heard. It's like a torn, but it's something like in his groin area, but I don't know the name of the muscle.
It's called his penis? It's called a penis? No. Because that's in the groin area. I just want you to know.
Hold on. Let me look up the injury. It's
got a penis injury.
No, it's not pelvis.
I said penis.
Hold on. Torn PSOAS, psoas muscle.
Psoas muscle.
It's a bizarre, extremely rare injury, and he'll never play again.
I'll show you mine.
And if you look up the time frame, it's not that long. But for his instance, it's just bizarre. Like it's not healing.
For Mark Stone, the prognosis wasn't it 3 to 6 months when he went out.
Yeah.
And it was what, 6 weeks?
Yep. Sounds about right.
Something like that.
Isn't it ironic too? I mean, he didn't end up coming back, but Matt Murray suddenly started getting better and playing minor league games right before the playoffs started.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't believe any of this.
I mean, listen, it's either a coincidence, and coincidences do happen.
But they become less and less likely they are a coincidence as they
when it happens every year.
Yes.
It's less and less likely every year that passes that's a coincidence.
If it happened once or twice, you could get me in right off.
With Mark Stone, actually, it's only twice. The first time, 3 years ago, he actually came back before the season was done. So you can't really say that was one of those.
Well, but the other one was the Kucherov thing. That one was crazy.
Yeah, Kucherov and the last 2 years with Mark Stone, it seems like April, February, mid-February, he gets hurt, comes back around April 20th, somewhere in that area.
What was there was another guy from Toronto, I thought, that was on LTIR that could have came back.
From Toronto?
I thought there was another one. I might be wrong there, so don't quote me that. But I thought there was a second guy.
They're coming back for the second now. Sorry, guys in the chat. I have not been looking.
We've been too busy yelling about the cap.
And I think Lucas is probably right. Owners want to be able to abuse things like that. So they take their time to fix things.
It's suspect. Oh, Jim Jackson's doing this game?
Well, not where I am. I'm on no.
That's awesome. They got the Flyers announcer doing this game. We're in the playoffs somehow.
No, it's not the same.
Babe, this is the Flyers announcer.
Derek, you're right about that with the Habs record.
And they got Brian Boucher. It's the entire Flyers broadcast team.
We're underway here. Only 7 shots apiece. Yeah, I'm watching it directly over the air. No delays. 7 shots apiece. That's it for the first period.
Jim Jackson's awesome, though. I love him.
At least being aggressive to start.
It's just weird hearing him do a game not involving the Flyers, but he's great at what he does. He's biased with the Flyers, but he's great at what he does.
Joe says Stone goes right back on the LTIR as soon as the playoffs end.
Yeah, no kidding.
They don't need it for there. If they did, though.
Leafs did come out with a little bit of a jump.
For me, you know what I hated mostly about the Stone thing this year was how the NHL, when he came back, really pushed it. And look who's back, look who's back. Even if it's legit.
Yeah, rub it in our face, yeah.
But even if it's legit, you know how fans why are you putting that in fans' face?
Wasn't there? Yeah, it's so suspect when you do it that way.
It's very suspect. And even if it is a coincidence, whatever, if they don't realize that it doesn't look good, whatever, like how do they not realize the optics are horrible?
It's definitely bad PR. I agree.
On the optics, 100%. Yeah, and the PR, horrible.
I actually picked the Leafs to win this one tonight, but I don't.
So did I actually.
I Bruins in 7.
I said the same thing. I kind of expect Toronto to win.
Set it into a best of 3. Nicole wants to say hi.
Hi. If it's going to go 7, kind of the Leafs have to win here.
Yeah, if they don't win tonight, I think the Bruins end this in less than 7.
Yeah, in 5. They'll end it on Monday.
I won't say necessarily definitely in 5, though, because Bruins were in a similar situation last year, and we know how that ended.
No, I know that. I get that. And did you see when they won Game 3, Marchand at some point near the end of the game?
Yeah, he said it's over in 5.
Yeah, over in 5.
I can't see either of these teams beating Florida, though. Florida, even though they lost today, Florida looks like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I think Boston loses the next round. Whichever, either of these teams lose the next round.
Yeah. I think Florida and Carolina are on a collision course. They feel, even though they both lost today, they feel like they've been the best teams in that conference.
Yeah.
I don't care what the Rangers are doing to whatever the hell the Capitals are.
But you got to say, the way the Islanders won today,
they persevered. They earned that dub.
You never know. That could give enough boost to win another one. You never know where that goes. And I hate the Carolina Hurricanes.
I picked Carolina in 5 originally, the old gentleman sweep. So,
yeah, I think I did too. To be honest with you, I might have picked them in 7 though, and then in the video one, I think I picked the Islanders just to make it different.
I need Dallas to win tonight, though. If Dallas loses to Vegas, that's done.
Yeah, they're done, and that screws my bracket because I had them all the way. So yeah, right away, first round, my bracket's gone.
If Dallas wins tonight, I could see them taking both in Vegas, realistically, because they seem like that. It seems like one of those weird series where the team on the road ends up playing better because they don't have the pressure of the home ice.
I don't know. Just Vegas is kind of stacked.
Oh, that was a good hit.
I didn't know.
Oh, they called that a penalty on No, that wasn't a penalty.
No penalty, so I'm ahead of you, so no penalty. Shots, though, are 9-9, and it's 1-0. Boston, and we're 4 minutes in on my clock.
Wow, you're way ahead of me. I'm only at 16:45.
Does Alex live in Boston? He does, yes. Well, on the outskirts.
Yeah, about a little over 10 miles north of it.
Suburbs of Boston.
I currently live in a city called Salem, which is pretty well known actually outside of Boston.
No, it's not where the witches. Salem, South Carolina.
No, you're right. It is the Salem witches.
Was it? I thought it was Massachusetts, not South Carolina or something like that?
Salem witches, Salem, Mass.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Funny fact, the large majority of the witch trials that happened in quote unquote Salem were actually technically in the city of Danvers, Massachusetts, or technically the town. But then Salem, the land that was Salem then became Danvers, Massachusetts.
Okay, and Salem was where they hung them. Because apparently they didn't burn too many, if any of them, they hung them.
Yes, and the land that happened technically at is actually Danvers, Massachusetts today. Okay. Salem was a lot bigger back then.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
The large majority of them. Some of them happened in current Salem, but the large majority were the land of Danvers, Mass.
Offside, come on, idiot. But you're in Salem, so you can put a curse on the Leafs here.
Wish I could have put a curse on Washington on the Isles to get us.
That's true. If you could do that, you would have already done it. That's true.
I'm still hurt about that. I'd rather have just been bad all year and had no playoff hope than been in the position that we were in a playoff spot for 4 months and then defecate all over ourselves in the final 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's tough. But that's a character building thing for next year.
They took a step in the right direction.
They could really sort of rally around that for next year.
True. That is true.
When you weren't expecting them to do much anyways this year. If they come out of it, getting something out of it like that.
Has there been a whistle this period?
Yeah, there has been. There's one now because there's a scrum behind the net.
Yeah, this is.
I think in general, this game's going pretty fast. I think.
Well, that was a good bit on Labushkin. Good save by Swayman. Yeah, I think the Bruins need to go Swayman the rest of the way. I have to agree with Cam there. Like he's just in Toronto's heads.
Worst drivers in Canada, Derek, are in Quebec.
Worst drivers in the States, you could argue, are in Massachusetts.
Who's this? Is a woman who can count to 100? Burn her. Burn the witch. Apparently, that was a test, right? They burnt them. If they didn't burn, they're a witch. If they burnt, they were not a witch. But they're dead.
So who gives a damn?
And it seems to me like that kind of thinking, that logic, is what's going on in the U.S. today and in Canada now, too. That kind of logic.
Very weird times we live
in. If it doesn't die, it's evil. Oh, we killed it. Well, then it was good. No, but we killed it. Oh, yeah. Let's do it again.
That guy looked like Peyton
Manning. Joe heard Salem witches smoke Salem cigarettes. I'd rather fight than change. I don't know if that was the Salem logo slogan.
I don't know what that's from.
One of them. One of the when I was a kid, that was their when they could advertise. When I was young, they could advertise. That was the slogan. I think it might have been Winston. I'd rather fight than change.
Wow, they had NHL on TNT during the Canes Isles game. Had a surprise appearance from Shaq to help break down the Carolina Hurricanes. That's funny.
Shaq.
Yeah. He actually loves hockey. Him and Barkley both.
Yeah, I know. So does Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, he loves the Kings. He loves the Kings.
And the Habs.
Does he like the Habs?
Yeah, he was here, I guess, doing a concert, and there was a Habs game, and he did some, I think he did something on air. No, he was seen in a Habs jersey, obviously, here in Montreal. But yeah, he loves hockey. He was going to be part of the Senators sale, and that didn't work out. But he came in to try to buy the Senators.
I'll be damned.
Barkley, a Tampa Bay fan.
Toronto has had a better play apparently in the series on 5-on-5 statistically, which I'm not really that surprised. But the special teams has definitely been in favor of Boston.
Power play. They were 5 for 10 coming into this game on the
That's
power
the
play.
difference. Yep.
Yep.
Toronto's got to stay out of the box. They've averaged over 3 penalties a game.
Yep, that, and I said Boston just has to play their game and be patient because the opportunities will present themselves. It's what happened. It's what's happened. The first game was more than that, but the other 2 games, it didn't necessarily in the second game, but it was close still.
Yeah. So there's only 2 series left with the possibility to be a sweep.
Who's that?
Vegas and Dallas is 2-0, and then Rangers and Washington's 3-0. Every other series is 2-1 except 2 that are 3-1.
Why are they one less game than everybody else? I couldn't figure that one out.
Well, everyone else, I don't know why. Well, Vegas and Dallas play tonight, so they'll catch up at least in that regard. But the fact that there are a few game 4s right now when they're only in game 3 is weird.
Doesn't make sense.
It always seems like there's 1 or 2 series that lag behind a little bit. Sometimes it could just be because they have prior arrangements
in the arena. Yeah,
like
probably what it was too.
Like that.
Yeah, the arena was probably booked.
So they probably had to work around it.
Boston going on the power play. I don't know why.
Maybe that cross check. No. Yep, it was a cross check. So I think I caught up a little bit to you. I changed my thing. That penalty happened like 3 seconds after you told me. I think they called a cross check. Yep, I was right. Cross check Pasternak in the back.
Let's hope they capitalize here. Get a little cushion. Bielsa thought Snoop was a Ducks guy. Maybe he likes the Ducks over the Kings. I don't know. I think you're right about the Kings. I thought it was the Kings.
I thought it was the Kings too.
Have to say.
I mean, there's only one player on the Ducks I can't stand, and you already know who that is. Other than that, I have no ill will of the Ducks.
No, Aiken. I've heard him say that he likes the Habs. I read something about that.
He might just like the Habs just in general, but I think the team he supports is the Kings.
But as far as they just scored power play goal. McAvoy.
Wow, I think that far behind.
Marchand or McAvoy? I'm not sure.
Let's see.
2-0 Boston.
My thing is further behind than you.
And you're right about wherever city they go, they wear a jersey of a sports team. I know that. I think I've heard him or read something about him saying he likes the Habs. And also that could just be, I want to be liked where I am. I'm going to say that because I'm in Montreal.
And see how Jim Jackson calls us if they did score. A wild
one-timer by Marchand from the circle.
Still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so much for you catching up to me.
Yeah, I was definitely a wide open. Oh my God. You had the entire net to shoot at. Where the hell was Samsonov going?
No mistake about it either.
I could have scored that goal.
So very much like last game, if I'm correct.
6 for 11 on the power play now. And there it is, JVR being the net front presence. Like he was for us so many years. I think he just took his vision away.
There's a reason why power play is super important to have a good one, is especially in the playoffs.
That's why ours has sucked for so long, ever since Wayne Simmons has been gone.
That's what it's hard to be a winner without a good power play.
That was the biggest reason why we missed the playoffs. We had the worst power play in the league for the 3rd straight year.
Yeah. Habs finally came back up to decent, but they still got a ways to go. I think Lane Hudson next year is going to help that.
But our penalty kill was sensational. Sensational for the majority of the year. The last month plus, it wasn't quite as good, but they still ended 4th in the league and led the league in shorties.
Yeah.
16. Just
There-
think about that. We had 16 shorthanded goals this year. I think they had under 30 power play goals.
You definitely had. I mean, there were positives. You were in a playoff spot for so long, so there's plenty to build on there. That's for sure.
They need some high-end talent.
So does everybody.
Yeah, but like desperately. We have one coming in 2 years, and that's it.
So is the reason Michkov was left off the national team for whatever, is that because of he was on crutches? Something is an injury?
It's weird because the national team coach is the same coach that coaches SKA, and that's starting to get very grudgingly weird. I don't know what's going on with that because he obviously deserved it, but it's a very suspect thing when it comes to that. And I'm wondering if he's even going to play at SKA again if they loan him back to Sochi.
I don't know.
It's very bizarre.
I read the beginnings of an article about how this is a problem in Russia right now. The teams don't want to develop players that are going to North America. They don't want to waste. They don't want to spend time developing.
And I wonder if that's going to potentially lead him to leaving earlier. It could.
Listen, I don't know, but this was one of the reasons why I didn't want them to pick him. It was one of the reasons. And I was going, no, they do. And then here it is coming out that they don't like developing those kids.
Well, that's a fair point. The talent is still ridiculous. I think he'll be worth it. Even if he ends up being a little slow start here, I think he can play in the NHL now. If he would have come over, he wouldn't be going to the Phantoms. He'd start instantly. He'd be right in the bigs.
God, I have to.
That was definitely offside. It was a little rough stuff.
Marsh
hit of all people skating away from a scruffle.
I saw something about that Putin criticizing players for leaving. I don't know if that's true. That was a rumor that I don't think was proven. That I don't think was true.
I'm not pressing the Putin button, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. Apparently, though, that's not true. It's something that people just go to, but that's not exactly true. He said something that something about that he likes the players to stay, but I don't think that he makes them do that. I read an article.
Contract, and he's not going to force them to stay there.
I read an article a couple of months ago about it. No, I think the big problem is that it's coming out that the coaches there don't want to develop and spend a lot of time with the kids that they're not staying in the system. They're going to North America. So if that's the case, then it's a bit of a problem. You're waiting for a guy 3 years, and then you got to develop him a little bit. It's a bit of a problem.
Not overly concerned about it long term because I think he will, even if I'm not expecting him to be a superstar the moment he gets here. I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but he gets here still at 21, worst case. By the time he's 23, 24, I expect him to be at borderline his ceiling, even if it's a little bit of a leeway with his development. The natural gifts this kid has.
You might be right. You might be right. There is that little chance that the lack of development could really fuck him up, but it does. We don't know. We won't know. You're not going to know till he gets here.
Yeah, there's no way for sure to know until then. But I think it's just with a kid like most people, I would tend to agree with that. But his raw talent is just ridiculous. I think I could see, like I said. I could see the transition when he first gets here for that first year or two. Take a little bit of time for him to get truly accustomed to hit his peak. But so I could maybe feel like his first year, maybe he's like a 60-point guy instead of like taking off. And then maybe the year after that, he's close to like 80. And then maybe year 3, you're sniffing around 90s to 100. That's what I'm expecting.
I'd just say there's been a lot of players that you've heard, oh man, their raw skills are crazy, and it never translates. So it's not
It's not. I
Guaranteed.
mean, I'll put it this way: it's not a
That doesn't-
100% given. But the fact that they've said that this kid is the best Russian prospect since like Ovi and Kucherov, that's a high bar. They've hyped him up this much. So
Demidov is better though.
no, he's not. Mitchkov's better. Demidov's good. I'm not taking anything away from
I don't know.
Demidov.
Demidov's numbers are better.
But Demidov's playing in the NHL right now. He's not in the KHL.
True. Okay. No. So I can give you that. I'll give you that. That's true. That is a truth.
Mitchkov had in his 18, 19-year-old season playing with a plumber and a Make-A-Wish kid on his line, 41 points in 46 games. He had more assists than goals.
I didn't know that Puljujarvi was playing over there.
But that Sochi team, I think they were the third worst team in the entire KHL. It was awful. And he was the second highest point guy on the team.
But, sometimes that's not just that he's the best, but that doesn't mean that's good for his development.
I mean,
it could still be a negative thing.
I'll say this. It's a double-edged sword. You can say that he's playing against a watered-down league, but he's also playing with worse line mates. So the players he's playing with are crappier, but the players he's playing against are not as good. So that's my argument towards that. It's a double-edged sword. He's going to have a lot more talent when he's over here to work with.
You hope.
Well, I would hope so. The good thing is we're going to be a little cap constricted this year, but 2025, the Flyers are going to have an abundance of money to spend.
They're going to have to put some people around them.
They will. Honestly, I wonder if Konechny is still here next year. I don't think it's a lot that they end up extending him. If he asks for $9+ million, I'm looking to move him. I'd do it.
Yeah, because he's got value.
He's a good player. He's not a $9 million a year player. I think he's probably like a $7.5 million a year player.
Again, Demidov may be better. You're kind of saying Demidov is better, but just not at the moment. But if his ceiling is higher and he hits his ceiling, then he is better.
I think Mitchkov's ceiling is higher. I think Demidov's going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. But I think Mitchkov's ceiling.
I'm just going by what Aiken is saying. He's saying that Demidov's not better, but his ceiling is higher. So I'm saying you're still saying he's better because if he reaches his ceiling, you're saying he's better. That's what I'm saying. But at the moment, no, because he's playing in a lesser league. So you don't know. It's hard to know.
This has been another defensive game. I feel like this whole series shots have been low. Crowd trying to get the Leafs energized here, but they realize their hopes are in vain because the Leafs are mid.
See what Biel says? Niall Yakupov was supposed to be the best Russian prospect since Ovi and Malkin. True. That's what I'm saying. Till he gets here, I mean, you're not wrong to have your opinion, Alex, because
everyone's entitled.
Right? It's your opinion and my opinion is mine because till he gets here, we don't know.
Everyone's entitled. You just got to tell Harry he can't change his opinion just based off of that because the video evidence says otherwise.
He can have his opinion too, and he's allowed to change it. I am. Like, if he gets here and he's off the wall, I'm going to change my opinion, obviously.
It's fair.
Say I was wrong.
Yeah, I respect that.
Well, I'm not afraid to change my opinion at all. As a matter of fact, I do it a lot. When I hear better
if he ends up being extremely good, like I think he's going to be, I just want to hear, okay, I was wrong. Mitchkov's great. And if he ends up somehow flopping, I'll acknowledge it.
Well, no, I don't have to say I was wrong because unless he's generational, I'm not wrong. That's all I've basically said. He's not.
I said borderline generational, which is like Kucherov is what I consider as borderline generational.
Well, listen, if he's Kucherov, that's pretty damn good. I
would be elated.
I never said I thought he's the bust. That I never said.
I think you got 100-point-a-year guy when he hits his prime, personally.
Joe says Michkov cannot touch a ceiling. A lot of players can't. Hudson won't be able to touch a ceiling, but I think he'll hit his ceiling. I
don't know how the hell Hudson fell in the second round. That still boggles my mind.
his size. He was 5'6.5" or something like that when he was drafted, and 148. And all he had
That's
to
the
prove,
only knock I have against Hudson Still is he needs to put on weight.
yeah, okay, but all he had to prove that he was going to get bigger was a doctor's letter that said he had this disease and he's going to grow, and he did. But that's why he dropped, just way too small.
That's why Cole Caulfield dropped to you, and that's why Zach Benson dropped this year.
Yeah, 100%. Small players and they dropped.
There's always that one guy that's undersized that people end up saying, "Oh, I'm not excited over it." Zach Benson is a crime that he dropped the 13 to Buffalo. A crime. Best playmaker in last year's draft, no doubt.
After Caulfield, the GMs and stuff were saying like, "We're going to learn our lesson," and then they did it with Benson.
He made the roster from night one, and he was an instant impact. Was he the best rookie? No. But was he an impact? Yes. That kid's going to be a stud.
Aiken says Catton's going to be the one that drops, I guess.
I hope Yzerman somehow drops. I love him. And he's from my girlfriend's hometown, so it adds on to it.
He's ranked around 10, so.
I hope he does. I'm not going to say
he rises or not. I don't know much about Lindstrom. I understand he's got maybe some back issues.
He's a top 5 projected pick.
I do think that considering his height, he's 6'5". The Habs are talking about they need to get bigger. I think that if Lindstrom's there, he's probably not going to be there. They're going to.
I wonder if Patton ends up dropping too. He's another name I've heard and liked a lot about.
I don't know. It depends where Montreal drafts and who's available, obviously. But I'm still Iginla is going to be the pick. But that would be only because certain guys were picked by the time Montreal drafts.
Calgary fans will be in pain.
Well, yeah, you got to figure if Iginla doesn't go to Calgary's 8th or no 10th, 9th.
Yeah, they're going to pick him if he's
going to Calgary. You got to be. He's there. If Calgary doesn't pick him. Like, what a fan thing that is, right? Just for your fan base to bring in new.
Yeah.
Like, you can't turn that down.
0% chance he doesn't get picked if that happens.
I just hope Montreal. Like, I really like Iginla. Something about him. It's my gut. I could be wrong, but that's the guy to pick.
I want Yzerman. Great wing scorer, and that would be a perfect comp for Mitchkoff when he gets here. Only issue is the Flyers still need center help. He doesn't fill that need.
But he's a winger.
Great left winger.
Yeah. But sometimes that doesn't matter. You get the best player available.
Yeah. Oh, I'm taking it. The only thing is don't get a right wing. You have about 6 trillion of them. Well, get another one.
But if he's an upgrade, you upgrade. If you can upgrade, it doesn't matter. You upgrade.
Yzerman's a left winger. He would fit so well here. I'd love it. I don't think it ends up happening, but if he for some reason drops to 12, I'd do a backflip or attempt to do one, probably break my neck and share in the hospital.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. Maybe you trade up.
I mean, the Flyers have picks. They've got 4 in the first 2 rounds the next 2 years. They're probably only going to have 1 second this year, and they'll have 3 seconds next year because we have Columbus' second-round pick. However, they have the option of either keeping it this year or next year, and they have to make the decision before the first round ends.
Second-round picks aren't going to do it. If you're trading up, you're using firsts.
Oh, no, I'm just saying in general. We have 2 firsts and 2 seconds.
Well, you got a first.
The next 2 years.
A first, a prospect. I mean, you could trade up. It's not like from 12th, say, to 8th. That could be done.
Thing is, we have Florida's first. That's the only issue. Florida is.
Yeah, well, that's
not going to be that high of a first.
No, and we got Winnipeg's, which is not going to. It depends. If Winnipeg bows out in the first round, though, that pick
it'll be no lower than
not bad.
28. I think the lowest it could be at that point.
No, if Winnipeg bows out in the first round, no, it comes down.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't win that division. It's different with division winners.
Definitely, yeah. But if Winnipeg bows out in the first round, it's going to be a good pick.
And then next year we have Colorado's. What a fleece job that Ivan Provorov trade was.
What a what job?
A fleece job that Danny Briere pulled in that Ivan Provorov trade. An absolute fleece.
Yep.
You got a first, a second, and a prospect, and a defenseman that you then flip for another first for Ivan Provorov, who Columbus tried trading this year.
Yeah, no, when it happened, the trade, I said that. I thought Columbus got fleeced.
I'm not going to talk about Cal Pedersen.
Got 4.5 minutes left here in the second, which I haven't said in a while.
Yeah,
for now 13-12 for Boston. 2-0 Boston. 13-13, tied up now.
I'll be right back. I didn't run the rest.
No worries. We have Calgary's, first round pick next year. I think that's right. Joe, there's probably going to be a few teams that take a D. There's going to be 2 or 3 D that go in the top 5 or 6. You got to think. And you know that Celebrini's going first. So Montreal picks 5th to 7th. There is a good forward available to them, without a doubt.
I love that Jim Jackson's doing this game.
Aiken, I saw something about that with Lindstrom. And also, who else? Maybe it was Lindstrom. Said, he'd like to play here. At 6'5", that might be the guy they go for. If he's there. Will he be there, though? I don't know. I kind of figure the two, besides Celebrini, 2 forwards that'll go probably before Montreal picks is Lindstrom and Demidov.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. Mitch Marner is not a Leaf next year.
How he shouldn't be anyway.
He has had an awful series.
But see, he does. I mean, he's not a big playoff guy. Although he's points.
Soft as baby shit.
Yeah, that's the problem. So who's trading for him?
Soft.
So who's trading for him? He's making 10.
You know what? It's an interesting thing that Cam retweeted earlier today that actually would make sense. I wonder if you dangle him to the Islanders to try to make a move for Sorokin.
Yeah, I saw that there. I don't know.
That would be interesting. I mean, Isles need a home run hitting offensive player, although he would disappear in the playoffs.
Yeah, so what team needs that for 10.9?
Yeah, true. That's a good point. I'd prefer Nylander personally if I had to take someone out of that team.
But even he can be soft. Although, honestly, didn't know about the migraines.
He's probably the one out of the big 4 that I like the most is Nylander.
Yeah, I didn't know about the migraines. For me, that might be a red flag there. But, maybe you can understand some of his softness.
Yeah.
With migraines, you might not be hitting and going into the corner as much on a night where...
Yeah, you get hit the wrong way, your ass is going to be in the corner again.
You maybe can understand it a little bit.
But I like Nylander. He's probably the only one of the big 4 Leafs, maybe big 5 if you want to count Morgan Riley. But that big 4 that I've always liked. I'm whatever on Austin Matthews. I never hated him, but I never liked him either. He's always been whatever to me. But I've always thought Mitch Marner was soft as baby shit, and Jonathan Tavares is a fraud.
Tavares, yeah, it's total fraud.
He is such a fraud. Claude Giroux had a better career than him.
Jay Fed, yes, draft lottery May 7th. I'm definitely doing a live stream. Hopefully
I'll be in it.
Yeah.
My team is something.
If you guys win, you can move up quite a bit.
We can move up to 2. Last year we were at 7, and you're in the same position you were last year. You were 5 last year too, right?
Yeah.
And we were 5 the year before that.
Well, you could really, you're talking about you want to get a guy. Well, you win a lottery, one of the 2 picks.
I'll tell you, if we do get to 2, Demidov is who I'd get.
Yeah, I mean, if you win on one of the two lotteries, you're getting one of those top three guys. You're going to get a great pick.
So I'm hearing this year the drop off really happens around pick 13 or 14. So
Even
as
that's
long
hard
as
to
we
tell.
stay at 12, it's a win to me.
There's because of the great. There's a really good crop of defensemen.
This is
So
a
you
good
add that
quality
to the
defensive
top
draft,
forward. If you add that to the top forwards, there's probably an abnormally
There's
large
only like two
number.
good centers, 2 or 3 good centers in this year's.
Well, Lindstrom.
Lindstrom, Catton, obviously Celebrini. There might be one more.
That's 3 right there.
I think it might just be those 3. I might be missing someone. If so, I apologize. But hold on, I'm going to go get some water. I'm thirsty.
Got a minute and 12 left in the second period. Again, it is actually a really good defensive draft, yes.
We need center help so bad, but this.
Again, that's not Cam. That's Alex. He's saying, is it Costa or it must be Costa Hellenius?
Did I just get called Cam?
Yeah.
Who insulted me like that?
Aiken. A lot of people. Actually, a lot of people are not sure. The other day when you both weren't in there, they're not. They said, "I don't know which one is which," but.
Well, listen. Just say the handsome one. That's me.
Okay, I don't think Cam would agree with that, but okay.
Oh, of course. I listen. Me and Cam are like a married couple.
Yeah, the odd couple.
We belong in San Francisco. See what I did there?
Why San Francisco?
It's the gay capital of the U.S.
Oh.
That was a joke.
With the old boom, and it's 3-0 Boston.
Oh, they are so done.
Pasta. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, Leafs are done.
And that's the last minute goal, 41 seconds left in the second. So one more period, but I don't know.
Leafs look lost.
Leafs are playing exactly like we said they would play in the playoffs. That's what they're playing like.
If they end up losing in 5, the memes are going to be glorious.
The only thing that really could be better is if they lose in Game 6 at home.
After they get hope.
Yeah, after a little bit extra hope, and then boom at home.
I still want Game 7 because it would be. Oh, that's too easy.
Game 5 might be better this year because of all their bragging, the fans.
I love Game 7 because it brings their hope to the maximum, and then they get
true. But this kind of, to me, cements like, yeah, boom, you guys are horrible.
Keeps fired if they lose this series. I don't care how many games.
You got to think. Without a doubt, you got to think. I mean, Keefe should be fired. Shannon should be fired.
Yeah, all the internal guys will be fired. And one of the
Trey Living fired. Everybody should be fired that's in management.
One of the core 4 gets moved too. Because on paper, this Leafs team is better than the Bruins. But on paper, that's why you don't play on paper.
So we're 3-0 after 2 periods of hockey. So I can't. I hate to say it, and maybe jinx the Bruins. I can't see Toronto coming back from this. Not the way they're playing. If they were playing and it was close, it was, and it was like that kind of a game, sure. But they're not even playing like it's close. They're not. They're pretty bad tonight.
They looked garbage.
Can't wait for Dangle's reaction. He's going to blame the refs.
There's no ref blaming here. I don't see where you could. They just have not been good. They look lost.
Yeah, they're defensively, they're not very good. And offensively tonight, they're not aggressive. Where'd that aggression go? They were playing like I said it in the last game that they seem to be playing with a little bit more balls than they've ever had, you know? And then this game, and it's back to how they. So I'm happy to see it, but I wonder where it went.
Part of you kind of wanted them to make it a little interesting just so they had maximum hope before they crap their pants. This year, they're just crapping their pants.
Yeah, which is great. For all the braggadocious Leafs fans that we had to suffer through all goddamn season.
This is our year. This is our year. It'll never be your year.
Yeah, like how many times we hear that?
It will never be their year. Not with this.
No, of course not.
Not until they blow it up. They need accept.
Right. And then another 5 to 10 years after that. This is something they don't realize that they're probably going to have to blow this team up.
They're getting rid of one of the core four this year, I guarantee it. And I think Marner's the odd man out.
If you can find a tanker. His contract's up when, though? I wonder.
Next season.
So
1 year left.
So he's on an expiring contract. So, yeah. I mean, that's the one that makes sense because it's an expiring contract. And then what's he going to ask for? Do you really want to give him any? You know, he's got to take a pay cut, if anything, by $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah, he'll probably be around like $9 million, I bet you.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, $9 million.
The thing is, he's got a no movement, so he could wait. He could say, "No, I ain't moving." So they can't even trade him, possibly.
Well, true. They might actually lose him to free agency, like for nothing. He walks into free agency.
It is possible.
And wouldn't like if you're the GM that lets an asset like that walk into free agency, you are fired.
I don't think Keefe's definitely not making it out of this. I don't think Shanahan does either.
Well, Shanahan shouldn't. Like the first one that should drop is not Keefe. If they get knocked out, Shanahan should be the first one to drop.
I think they just get rid of both at the same time.
If they're not, they got to drop Shanahan out first because I don't know, it's just weird if you let the guy that you're going to fire.
Whoever the next guy is going to want his own coach.
Yeah, no, they got to all go. You should do it all at one. GM and everything, all gone. Even though Trey Living all gone. Unless you feel Trey Living didn't have an opportunity to do what he wanted to do there. And the new guy that comes in as president likes him. He's gone otherwise. But yeah, Keefe has to be gone. Did you see there was a video out on how he pumps up his team in between periods for big games? Did you see how mild that was? What a stupid, mean nothing speech.
That's why I love Torts. He tells it how it is, and he's ballsy, and I love it.
Either you give that kind of or you give a really good pump up like in Miracle.
You know who has the best of those is Bruce Boudreau. Have you heard his?
No, I don't think I ever have.
His are funny. That's why I like them. They're funny.
Right. Yeah, he was a well-liked coach for most of his career anyway, till he lost the room.
I'll tell you who I think's going to get fired too is Mike Sullivan. I think that's coming up as well.
It depends on. You might be right. Maybe that's a move they figure. Maybe
like the guy's a legend in Pittsburgh, but it's a shelf life.
Well, maybe they figured that can extend their window a little bit. Bring a new coach, you get the coach's bump.
They're so delusional. I want them to keep thinking that window's open because the longer they push this, the longer it's going to make them rebuild.
Yeah, but they have to kind of push it till Sidney retires.
They have to. That's the thing. They've already gone too far in with this. They can't back out.
Right? I mean, because they're not really going to trade him. Because then the fans are going to hate them no matter what they do after that. You can't really trade a guy like that.
You're locked into Malkin. You're locked into Letang. You're locked into Crosby. And out of the three, Crosby's the only one still playing at a consistent high level.
Yeah.
Malkin and Letang can do it in spurts still. Carlson, a little more than those two. He's only 34, but look at the ages. Letang's going to be 37. Crosby's going to be 37. Malkin's going to be 38. Like,
Yeah.
you can't rely on that forever.
No. You got to figure that window's closing quick. But
it's already closed, in my
you
opinion.
can't rebuild.
Keep doing it.
You can't rebuild with Crosby there.
They don't have a choice. They're going to keep doing this, but Crosby's not
They're
going
going
to
to patch
They
it.
can't get a team around him.
They're going to patch it till he retires. That's all they can do is give patchwork for the next 2 years or whatever.
I hope they keep doing that because what they're going to deal with is very similar to what the Red Wings dealt with when they went into that crazy rebuild. Red Wings haven't made the playoffs since 2016. That's going to be what the Penguins are going to be like. Maybe even worse.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's how you get – I mean, that's how you do it. You have to get those good draft picks. You got to finish low.
You have to.
Or you're going to be like the Habs for the last 30 years where you're just in the middle of the pack and never get anywhere.
That's been us since 2012 or 13. Just that's air model of mediocrity.
Yeah, that's what it has been for 30 years, basically. From that to the bottom, and now it's time for them to start rising. That's what happens. I mean, it's a circle of life in the NHL.
Unless if you're Vegas, it can yap your way out of everything.
But that'll catch up to them too.
I know. That's more of just a joke in the heat of the moment.
Excuse me.
Henrik Lundqvist is such a handsome SOB. God, he's handsome.
Is he on? Oh, where you're watching? What are you
watching? TNT. Well, TBS technically.
I unfortunately have Sportsnet. I've got Sportsnet, unfortunately.
I got Lundqvist. I got Biz, who is probably crying internally right now, and it's hilarious.
He should, because him too, big loudmouth schnook. I hope he gets his.
He's a Leafs honk. You know,
I've told him a few times, man. You got Leaf dick in your mouth, man.
He's got Leafitis.
Did he ever play for them?
He played for the Yotes, I think.
The Yotes, mostly for the Yotes. Yeah. But he never played for the Leafs, even for like a season?
He may have. I don't know.
I don't think so. But I guess he's from Toronto area, though.
That's probably why.
When you think a guy like that, year in, year out, at some point you're not bragging like that. But he's also in entertainment, sports entertainment, so it's a role he's playing.
Oh, for sure.
I wonder if off air you could get him to say, "Yeah, I don't really think they're going to win."
Sure, to an extent, he's probably like, "It's a work. I know they suck."
Right. It's just for spitting chiclets, he has to kind of be like that. Plus, he likes the money he gets when they have him on the panels.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see what we're saying over there.
Yeah, Marner. I think Marner's gone, personally. I can't even definitely say that for sure because of the no movement. So they're going to try to convince him to waive it. But how successful they are.
Crosby, no. He said he was. I don't know. I don't see him leaving Pittsburgh. He seems like a guy that is going to be a one-team player his whole career. Aiken, I've been saying that about Domi. He plays like an asshole now. And tonight, doing nothing. I can't believe it. Like, none of them can get any. Oh, I shouldn't say I can't believe. I can believe, but I thought it would be different this year, Alex. What happened? The Leafs, I thought, come on. Everybody said it would be different this year.
The only thing that's different is the series isn't going to end in 7 like I thought. It's going to end in 5.
Probably. I got to think if they win tonight, Bruins, I mean, I don't see how Toronto.
That's a mental dick punch. Losing both. Yeah. If the Leafs lost both in Boston, but at least split it home, I could have seen them maybe pulling another game out. I can't see them winning.
No, either way. Sorry, no. They needed to win one in Boston, and both, in my opinion, needed to be both. And then it would be even better when they were up 3-1 and lose the series in 7. Because that's even better for the fans. Claude Lemieux won. Wait, what is that? Claude Zemus won. Conn Smythe with New York. Okay, Claude Lemieux won the Conn Smythe with the Devils. Don't forget. Yes, that was a long time ago, man.
Someone just tweeted JVR is going to be responsible for breaking up the lead score.
JVR.
Oh my God! Got beat by a pigeon.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite chirps of all time. I don't know if you heard that. When the Flyers played the Leafs in 2014's home opener, Claude Giroux skates up to JVR and just goes, "Fucking pigeon!" Ah! Ah! Just starts making pigeon noises at him.
At who?
At JVR. Giroux went up to JVR and called him a pigeon, and he just started chirping like one.
2014, where was JVR playing?
He was in Toronto at that point. The Flyers traded
right.
Toronto for Luke Shen.
Yeah, I remember. He's talking about Claude Lemieux anyway, not Giroux.
Yeah, no, Claude Giroux.
He won when did he win? Early 2000s, he won the Cup with.
2014, Giroux was a Hart finalist that year. It should have won it in 2018. I'm still mad about that. He got robbed of the Hart in 2018.
See, I don't remember. Why would that was my first year on YouTube.
2018? So
yeah, I wasn't doing games, though, like I do now. I wasn't doing games.
I wasn't too upset. You know, even though I say Giroux should have won it, I can at least understand the reasoning for Taylor Hall. But he wasn't even a finalist that year. Claude Giroux was second in the league in points at 102. He had the most out of any player in the NHL. Clinched the playoff spot for the Flyers with a season-ending hat trick against the Rangers and put up 34 points in his final 24 points to lead them there. Was ninth in plus minus, was tied for first in assists, was like third in faceoffs. He was ridiculous.
And that's the year you fell in love with him.
Oh, no, I fell in love with him in 2012. That was the year I fell in love with him. Him completely owning the Penguins in the 2012 playoffs, putting Crosby on his ass in Game 6, and then scoring the first goal of the series 32 seconds in. That was the moment I was like, that's my guy. That's my fucking guy. Right there.
BL asks, how does a guy from Salem, Massachusetts, become a Philly fan?
Eric Lindros and John LeClaire. That's how. Those two guys made me love the Flyers as a kid. And from there was plenty of other guys that I liked. Simone Gagne, Peter Forsberg, Keith Primo, Eric Desjardins, Chris Therien.
Right, because you're 33, so you would have been, you were like 2 or 3 years old when the Habs won their cup the last time.
You won what, 93?
Yeah, and then they next year they traded LeClaire to Philly. So then so you were a young kid when he started over in Philly.
The Legion of Doom, Lindros.
Legion of Doom. Let me see now. Did it start? No, it couldn't have started with Recchi there, right? It was Michael Renberg.
Correct.
And Leclerc and Lindros, right.
That's what made me fall in love with them. And I randomly use them a lot, too, in the video game. So that's what made me actually start watching them. And I'm like, I love Lindros. He's awesome. He plays with snarl. He's friggin' a great net foot presence. He's a beast. Great. He has a great shot. He was borderline generational.
Only time I liked Lindros was when he hadn't been drafted yet. He played for Team Canada. Then he got drafted and he didn't want to go. He refused.
Now, to be fair,
right away
he didn't warned Quebec that if you draft me,
I get it.
which is what I argue is a difference between him and Cutter Gauthier. Because at least Lindros warned Quebec ahead of time, don't draft me or I'm not playing for you.
I come from a time when they didn't have a choice and they didn't complain about it.
Yeah.
I just thought he's what a little crybaby. And it didn't start out well with Lindros. So I've never really just that first year, his hockey card was worth a lot at the time because he wasn't drafted yet and he was on Team Canada. And then he did that, and I didn't like him anymore after that.
But there was a few years there that those Lindros Flyers had a chance at a cup.
Yeah.
Scott Stevens is the reason why.
Yeah, Scott.
Those Devils teams, they just could not get past.
Was it the Devils that they lost to?
Devils were the team they just could not find a way past.
In 98? Was it 98? What year was it?
So they made the cup in 96, lost.
No, but I forget what year it was.
In 96. I wasn't really into them then. It was around 98, 99 I did. I think 01, I want to say it was, when that really changed everything. They just could not get past the Devils. And then 04 against the Lightning, that was the real cup. Because as Tampa, I knew they were going to beat Calgary.
I'm pretty sure it's back in the 90s. They lost the cup in the finals. Then he won an award, and his speech at the awards was like, "No, don't worry, it won't be the last time we're there." Whatever that year, I'm talking about. I think it was 98, wasn't it? 98?
I think it was 98. 98 or 99. It was one of the two.
I think 98 because 99 was Dallas.
I believe
Brett
Dallas
Hull toe in the crease goal against Buffalo.
Dallas won 99. 97 was Detroit. 98 was the No, was it the Devils 98?
I don't know.
Devils, I know, were 03. 95. I'm missing the third one.
Goalie change for Toronto.
Oh, what a shock.
Maybe a little late, but
gotta try something.
Better late than never. They're only down by 3.
Bro, Marner was crying on the bench.
What else is new? He cries when they lose.
Literally crying, like tears coming down his eyes.
Yeah, he does it every time they lose.
That's embarrassing.
In the playoffs,
he is I would want nothing to do with him. He is so soft.
He's not on the bench. He's on the ice right now.
Well, I saw a video on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that was when they lost to the Habs, I think.
Tonight. Like tonight, he was crying.
Really? For what? Oh, maybe he had a boo-boo. And his mommy wasn't there to kiss it.
He is so soft as baby shit. He needs to go. But again, no movement.
Well, you got to figure this period, man. If Toronto doesn't come out and play
I think they will, but
with intensity and with just with pace, aggressive. I don't know, because they got no choice. They're down 3-0. They got to play all out. But then they could open themselves up defensively. They're gonna have to.
Who do they have in net now?
Wall? Yeah.
I would have started him from the get-go.
Probably should have. We'll see how he plays, though. Like, if he gets up 2 or 3.
Samsonov all year.
If he gets up 2 or 3 in the third, maybe not then.
Yeah, fair.
How could Cam be at his grandfather's birthday missing this?
I thought that was Wednesday.
Oh, so why can't he be here tonight? You're right. It was Wednesday's grandfather. So he had something to do tonight. He said he's going out.
I saw him last night.
He said he was going out tonight.
He tried luring me into a Nietzsche's debate again. And I was like, I'm saving it for Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Tomorrow. 10 o'clock for his thing and 11 for Sinbin, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if there's going to be Sinbin tomorrow on Don't Puck with Media, so if you're watching on it, on that channel, if you're not, on Don't Puck with Media, Sinbin, and if you're a Bruins fan and you're here, hi Bruin Nation, that's Cam's show. Sinbin is Cam and Alex arguing with each other about things.
Just an FYI, this week's episode is called The Carolina Cap Conundrum. We're going to be discussing the shitstorm that is the Carolina Hurricanes cap situation, where the main focus is going to be Martin Necas. I think it's a realistic opportunity that he gets traded, and Cam thinks I'm out of my mind for thinking that, and that he's going to stay there. And,
oh my God, they almost scored. Leave.
And I don't know why he thinks that, because there's been a lot of smoke with that rumor.
And saying discussing it is, if it's anything like they do on Facebook, it's going to be fun to watch. Yeah. But they'll probably tone it down for the video. But on Facebook, man, you guys were going.
Oh man, I feel like our arguments are worse on Facebook.
Oh my God,
we were going at it. Actually, if you were there for the live stream, or if you saw any of the live stream, we were going at it for a good 20 minutes with it.
For what? The one I wasn't on?
Yeah, on Monday, the Martin Necas.
I didn't see it.
It was like towards the end of the first period.
I don't watch my competition, so
we're on the same thing.
We were competing that night.
Oh yeah, you put a challenge for us, and we broke the challenge. Oh, that was
three out of 4. Matt missed on one.
What was the one he missed?
The metadata on YouTube.
I don't even know what that is.
That's all the stuff, the description, all that stuff, and all that.
Oh,
tags and all that.
Well, I did my job.
Yeah, no. Listen, you shocked me. We're in there like 10 minutes later. There's a thumbnail ready. It's like what? Not the best one, but I didn't even do it. So, but A1. No, but A1. Well, I was at Lou's and I said, "Oh, they got a thumbnail." I said, "It could be better," but I said, "No, awesome that you got it done." So, A1.
I'm a noob at that shit.
And it's you can do one easily, but you want to do good ones. It takes a little bit of work.
I just
sometimes you think it's a good one. You think sometimes a good one. You work an hour on it, and you look at it and go, "Nah, that's shit."
Oh, it wasn't an hour.
No, I've done this before. I've done this before. Worked like an hour on a thumbnail. I just nope. Got to approach it again tomorrow.
What was the site that I used? Hold on a second. I used something called Thumbnail Maker. It was just called.
Well, I knew it worked.
And then I mixed that with this app called Cut Paste Photos.
Oh, yeah. See, I use Canva, and I get everything. I pay for it, though, every month. Actually, on a yearly basis.
This is me doing it the free way.
No, I used to do it the free way, but it's a lot better quality. The quality is a lot better when you pay for a service, unfortunately. So we're a little over 5 minutes into the third. Not an overly exciting third that I'm seeing. And that's the shocker, is that the Leafs don't have enough.
They're not showing any real urgency. They're not taking chances.
That was the sense of urgency. That's what I missed before. Yeah, where is that sense of urgency here?
They're not pinching. They know they're about to be down to an elimination game tomorrow. If they don't even show any real fight. Well, not tomorrow, but whatever.
On Monday, I guess. Monday. But and they're at home, too.
No, I'm sorry. They play Tuesday, I think.
Oh, they're doing – really?
Yes, because I remember looking this up with the Celtics and Bruins series, that the Celtics and Bruins only for game 2 and 3 were the same night. And then after that, it's they're opposite nights again. So, and I know the Celtics play Monday for sure.
Well, I'm going to find out. We are the 20th, so 20.
I think it's almost positive this Tuesday.
You are right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tuesday at 7. They just
and
scored.
Then after that, I think it's every other night for however long it goes.
The guy you've been slagging all night just scored.
Oh, so the Leafs scored?
Yeah, Marner.
Oh my god!
I didn't see it, but now we're.
I just shit on Marner for being soft as baby shit. He does that.
Yeah, actually a nice little.
All right, let me see it.
Definitely a nice goal. That's a skill goal. Is it too little, too late though? We'll see. Or
If you got it to 2 with about 14 minutes left, there's still time.
Yeah, no, I said, is it too little, too late, or is there enough time for them to get back? There should be enough time. 14 minutes left. That should be enough. Shots are 18 to 16, so low shot total so far.
Oh, that was a good move.
But it's 3-1 now, Boston.
Got him on the backhand, it looked like. Oh, look at all those Leafs fans cheering. Yay, we're still going to lose.
Liabushkin with the assist on the Marner.
I will say,
goal.
I do like the Leafs goal song.
I don't like anything Leafs, so no.
Animal.
Oh, how's that? That I think should have been a penalty. Maybe
that was
not.
a good friggin' deke. Who did he deke out of his shoes there? Was that McAvoy? No. Oh, I think that was that Zaka? I think that was Zaka.
Yeah, it happened so long ago. I can't. Don't ask.
I think Zaka went in for a block and he just kicked that up to his friggin' backhand. That was, Marner.
Oh, he went through his leg. He put it through his legs and it was a nice goal by Marner. It was a skill goal.
Biz just ejaculated somewhere.
Probably, yeah. If he was on air, you heard him go, oh.
Oh, here's a bit for DeBrusque. And he fall down and go boom.
Let's see what they got.
Oh, that was a good save. Swayman kept this one.
Yeah, that was a good save by Swayman because I said it. And I go, oh, yeah, you got to catch up.
Little split there.
Yep.
Now the Leafs got some jump. Leafs certainly got a little jump in their step.
They do, yes. They got a little bit from that goal, obviously. And but Swayman, good move. A smart move for them to go with Swayman, not Allmark.
No, I agree. I will say this, though. If they do lose, that somehow the Bruins end up choking this away. Now the Leafs believe they can beat Swayman. And they've beaten both goalies in the series.
Right. So
that could hurt you, too.
It could. But I mean, come on. You can come up with 1,000 scenarios. Right?
I get that.
Right?
At least I guess the reason why I say that is if they were to have lost with Allmark there, you still have the seed of doubt like, crap, they could just swap to Swayman. He's henny-dicked us this entire year.
True, but I think if you want to really take a commanding lead, you want to
this was the right move. This
is playoff hockey. It is playoff hockey where, sometimes you got to go with the hot goalie, the goalie that is hot right now.
Oh, for sure.
You got to do that. And that, to me, is not that Allmark was bad, because he wasn't. He made some amazing saves in his game, but Swayman seems to have their number. But maybe not. We'll see anyway. They've still got a 2-goal cushion with about 13 minutes left.
It's 3-1 now.
It was 3-1.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab my phone charger and some more water. I'll be right back.
Sorry. Oh, Matthews will not return tonight.
Really?
Yep.
What, he bruised his vagina?
I didn't hear. It's just something they're showing up there. If they explained it, I can't hear.
That's huge. That's huge. Big. He's hurt if he's missed.
That's huge. And maybe that's why you didn't really notice him tonight. Oh, yeah. At least they're screwed. Pussy couldn't play the game. Ha! I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm just saying that. That's huge. What do you guys think? I'm sorry, you guys in the chat, but Alex and I both like to talk a lot, really. And not blaming this only on Alex because I like to, and that's what you're getting here. So, yeah, blame it on both of us. We like to chat. We're both.
Joe Sacco's got a bald spot that you can shine a light off of. Holy crap.
Who? Joe Sacco?
The friggin' Bruins assistant coach they just showed on TNT.
Yeah, I got a bald spot.
Dude's got a helicopter pad. Yeah, but it's a little different. You're a little bit older than Sacco.
Mine started like that, though.
Listen, Rick, I'm 32. Look at my crap.
Yeah, that's male pattern balding. If you've ever heard the term, that's what that is.
I don't know if I'll ever get fully bald because the way my dad, it's similar to my dad, where he just has like light hair at the top.
You get your hair though from your mom.
Oh yeah,
kind of proof of that.
Very thick, but it's
proof of that is kind of like mine is just like my grandfather on my mom's side. My dad's hair, he started losing hair when he was young, but then it stopped, and then the rest of his life never lost another freaking hair.
I hope that happens with me.
So it's definitely not how I was, but my grandfather on my mom's side, that's what, yeah. And I think my dad's father was a lot like that too. Anyway.
That was a good save by Walde on that 1T.
Down to 11 minutes to go in the third, 3-1, Boston. Shots low total, 19-17 only still. So are the defenses playing better or must be, right?
I think it's a little bit at that the Leafs are playing better and the Bruins are playing a little too loose.
Well,
the Leafs are playing with urgency right now. That goal won't come up.
The Leafs they have that game cushion so they can sort of play a little looser. Although, believe me, the Leafs want to win tonight.
Yeah, I still think if they lose, they're done.
Not the Leafs. I did mean to say Boston. Either way, still wants to put the series away basically tonight. But yeah, I think if the Leafs lose and go down 3-1, I can't see the Bruins losing 2 out of 3 games remaining.
I've seen them lose 3 in a row last
year. Yeah, I know. Teams have done it, sure.
But not to the Leafs.
Look at the way the Leafs are playing, though. Nothing inspiring in the way they're playing at all.
They had a burst for a couple minutes. It kind of slowed
That's it. And it didn't. That momentum they got from it lasted about a minute or two, and then it's gone. Well, I guess it doesn't help that Matthews is not out there. But yeah, he's been almost unnoticeable out there all night.
Yeah, he's been quiet.
Which is probably, that's the injury, right? Is the reason
I'm sure that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, it's got to be, But then that just speaks for one of these other guys needs to step up. There's fucking 3 other big names that are big, talented guys out there and a couple others there. Someone's got to step up. Where are they?
Well, one of them scored.
One of them scored, okay.
The one I shit on.
You shit on. Don't shit on anybody else.
Listen, I gave a love fest to Nylander, so
there you go. He's not scoring.
Although I did shit on Tavares already, so if he scores again, then maybe I have jinxing powers.
That I don't know who number 20 is. That was Edmondson. Edmondson just got a great opportunity. Good save by Swayman. Another one.
I haven't seen it yet.
Riley's not happy about whatever just happened. Refs are conferring.
Huh?
On what?
I haven't seen anything yet for me to really say.
So what do they confer? Oh, look at that. It's a penalty there. That should be a Toronto penalty.
I haven't seen the Edmondson shot yet. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Oh, he missed an open net. He missed an open. Oh, did Swayman get a piece of that?
Yes.
Oh, again.
The two big
penalty.
shots.
I see why. Yeah, penalty on Toronto. That's
Is there a
trip.
penalty? Did they call it?
I mean, that's what it looked like.
It should be. That should be a
That looked
penalty.
like a trip.
No, he hauled the guy down. Like that shouldn't be. That's not a legal hauling down. We'll see. In the playoffs, though, there might not be.
Yeah, they called a trip on Nylander.
A trip. Okay, that's interesting. More interference than trip, in my opinion, but okay.
Oh, no, it is interference. Maybe I misheard him. He just pulled him down.
Right, that's not a legal way to take a guy down. That's a penalty.
That's interference. You could have called that holding, too.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah, holding or interference. Yeah.
Commercial.
Yep. You know, one thing that's been good in this series, except maybe the first game, but the third period's been the better period. So at least at the end, when you're bored, they put on a good ending of the game.
Did you watch any of that Carolina and Isles game today?
No, I did not.
That was a good game.
I wasn't home. The whole way. I was out, so I couldn't watch it.
They went to double OT. That was in my opinion.
Yeah, I know that.
Here so far.
Yeah, no, I was happy for Patrick Roy that they lived for another game. I
think they die in 5 though.
Probably, but you never know. Sometimes that's all you need, and it's not unheard of. It's happened a few times now.
We did it
3-0, right? And then teams come back.
We did it.
When I was a kid, that was almost unheard of.
42 Leafs, 75 Islanders, 2010 Flyers, 2014 Kings.
Okay, there you go. So it's happened a few times, but yeah, in '75 when it happened, it was a big thing. The Islanders Sox. In '75 it's only the second time ever. It was a big thing. I remember it because it was a big thing that they came back from 3-0.
5 times in sports history, 4 of them were in hockey.
Well, there you go. I thought it happened.
You know what the last one is?
No.
The 04 Red Sox breaking the curse against the Yankees.
Okay, didn't know that.
So what's the injury with Matthews? Did they say anything?
I can't really hear anyway because I can't put headphones on for the TV. So it's on really low. And all they just said was he's not returning. You know what? Wall's been good so far. Anyways, in that sequence.
Bruins power play.
Yeah, it's almost over. It's almost halfway through it right now.
Headache. Take some medicine. Okay, take some medicine. You can do that too. Take your migraine medicine just in case.
Yeah, migraines suck.
She gets them all the time. She has medicine for it that's prescribed to her that helps it. But she gets migraines like on average, like once every couple weeks.
Yeah, that sucks.
And they got worse when she got in a fender bender and she hit her head off of the steering wheel.
Ouch, yeah.
So she's we got a little bit of a case on that right now for a settlement.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. She's gonna get something, but I don't know what yet.
8 minutes left here in the third. 50 seconds left on the Bruins power play.
They caught up a little bit. They're only about 15 seconds ahead of me now. It was like 45 before. Oh, never mind. There was a whistle. That's why.
Oh, yeah. I'm still, probably.
Someone tweeted out, Brad Marchand's puppet mastery of the Leafs is something that should be studied.
He definitely gets in their head. He gets in their heads and it throws them off.
We used to do that with Malkin. Oh my God. And we still do, but not really with Discord as much. But we used to know how to fuck with Evgeny Malkin. So
Yeah,
much.
Malkin gets mad. His game's done.
He is such a hot-headed org.
Yeah, he's very hot-headed. Make him mad. His game is over for the night.
I remember once Michael Raffle did something to F with him, and he turned around with his stick and just went whoosh and almost took his head off like a lumberjack.
I think I remember that.
I think it was 2018 or 19.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Like that. He only got suspended for one game, but if he made contact, it would have been like 10. He missed him. That's why he only got one.
Yeah. And now, look, Trouba does it. All kinds of guys do it.
Yeah.
Did you see the Rempe hit on? I don't remember on.
Yeah,
who.
it was dirty. It's hard to give him the benefit of the doubt after that.
Nah, he left his feet, hit the head first. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
all sorts of dirty on that.
Like, I told Cam this. He got the benefit of the doubt on that first suspension for me. He can't get it anymore.
No.
Now is when you look at it and say, bro, you're a big dude. You're starting to look like a clown doing this all the time. Stop doing this to yourself.
Penalty to Bruins.
Oh, that Leafs got to score on this then.
That looked like a dive to me, though. Let me know what you think when you see it.
All right.
Is Ben? I don't know. I mean, it would look like one of those things where you look at it and that would look like nothing happened and he got hurt.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't see why the penalty though.
Like I said, I'm like 45 seconds behind you.
No, I get it. One of the Bruins rides him into the boards, but I don't think it was a penalty. And then he got hurt. It didn't look bad.
Good save. I feel like he lost his footing. I don't know if he dove, but I feel like he lost his footing.
But, I mean, it didn't look like a penalty.
That is kind of a weird – what are they calling him that, boarding?
I don't know. I didn't see the announcement, just that they're called it a penalty, and then they cut to commercial.
That's the only thing I could think of. Maybe they thought he could let up, and he slammed him while he was on his knees.
I don't know. It just didn't.
He hit the ball. He lost his footing.
And he hit the ball. It didn't look bad.
I agree. That's a bad call. It looked like he just lost his footing.
He didn't even hit the boards. It didn't look like hard, and then he's got hurt. Like
I don't even think he finished the hit. It looked like either. That just looks like he lost his footing. I don't think he dove, but he lost his footing. That shouldn't have been a penalty, regardless.
Yeah, I don't think that was a penalty. Well, the Leafs get an opportunity here. Not a lot of time, though. Now they're running out of time.
Like
even if they score,
they have to score on this.
Even if they do, they're still running out of time. It's like 6.5 minutes left on my screen. They're just in commercial right now. He ran out of Depends. That's Joseph. That's why Matthews left. He was on his last diaper.
That explains it.
And he filled it. I can't come back out.
They have Labushkin on their first pairing. Holy crap! No wonder why the Leafs are getting dicked.
Oh yeah, no, their defense. I don't know. They adjusted the defense for the better. I don't know.
If Labushkin's on your first pairing, that's a problem in a bad way. That guy's a career third pairing defenseman.
Did that to bring in? Didn't they do that to bring Giordano back in?
Giordano's not even in. I don't think.
I thought he was back in tonight.
Is he?
That's
Maybe he didn't come in. I didn't catch that if he did, but I haven't even heard his name. Oh, they called a slash.
No, yeah, I thought Giordano.
Let me see.
It was a slash? That was a slash?
Hold on a sec.
I didn't think that was
a slash. I see it.
You see it? He slashed his leg?
I don't know why Pasternak's going. It looked like DeBrus slashed him. Unless if I'm blind and missing that.
Anyways, they're on the power play.
Whatever. They called a slash, though. That's
5:23 left here in the third. Face off just outside the Boston line.
Marner dropped his stick right on the face-off.
You're a face off behind me because he didn't do it on this one. Can the Leafs get a goal here? They really have to. They're not going to. Under 5 to go in the third as well, so in regulation. And Leafs need 2 goals.
Listen to this shit. Someone commented, so is Marner going to Los Angeles and Vegas? And someone comments, I can hear Stone's other spleen bursting from here. Bro, that's fucking cold but accurate.
The next season, there you go.
Oh God, my other spleen. Sir, you only have one spleen.
You only have one, yeah. So, well, it was only lacerated this year. Next year, it's going to explode.
Yeah. He's going to say he blew up. He's going to say next year that he had his appendix explode.
He's having a spleen transfusion. I think you can live without your spleen, though.
You can. My grandmother had hers taken. No, wait, no. She had a gallbladder taken out. I lied. It wasn't her spleen.
I think the spleen. I'm not sure, but I think you can. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor.
Gallbladder.
Damn it, Jim. I'm not a doctor. Power play is done.
You are 56 seconds ahead of me, that means. Wow. 1 second.
$3:25 to go in regulation. Boston about to go up 3-1 on the Leafs, taking both games in Toronto.
That means Toronto is now 1 for 14 on the power play this series. That's the difference. Bruins have dominated
100%.
the special teams.
100%. That's the difference. You got to believe if they were scoring power play goals, this series at worst is tied.
Yeah.
And probably maybe even they could be up a game.
If they were scoring power play goals, the Leafs probably win game 3.
Yeah, I mean, have a good shot and, totally different series. Or they could be up in this game.
Or at least tied.
So, yeah, when special team in the playoffs, man, special teams so important.
What do you got left for time?
2:15.
Oh, yeah, that point.
Yeah, they can't get anything through. Desperate Leafs. Trying to come back without their star. Without their biggest star. And quite frankly, honestly, just nobody able to step up. Bruins cleared out, minute and a half left. Icing. So they kind of they need to score right off the draw, don't you think?
They need a miracle.
Yeah, it is true. They need a miracle, which they're not going to get because they're just not playing in. They're not playing in that way to get it.
Yeah, I got 2 minutes left on mine, and taking your word for it, if there's only a minute left, they are probably parked at this point.
He hurt his Joe. Is that Matthew? Oh, you're making a joke.
Oh, his stick snapped on the one-timer. Oh,
yeah,
was he pissed?
Riley, right? Riley.
Yeah. Riley was pissed.
Oh, David, no, listen, they could theoretically come back. That's not what we're saying.
Realistically,
It's our
they have
opinion.
probably a 1% chance.
Yeah, we're giving it, and it's an opinion. That's what. But realistically, like the possibility is there, of course. Net's empty for a minute and a half. Breaking news says Joe Habs going 8 defensemen and 10 forwards next year. Yeah, I don't think you can, unless you're using defensemen at forward. I don't think you can do that.
The Flyers, the game I went to in Tampa, ended up going 13 forwards and 5 defensemen. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That happens the odd time, but I never heard of 8 defensemen, 10 forwards.
I've seen 11-7, and that was the first time I've ever seen 13 and 5.
Yeah, but that's because of the cap. They couldn't bring guys up.
Yeah. Well, the reason why it was weird because the Flyers sent down, I think it was both Gidding and Adder, if not both of them. And they anticipated Zamula being back that night, and Zamula ended up getting food poisoning.
Oh, that's why. Then that's why.
So, and since they already brought the guys down, it was too late to bring them up.
Yeah, you couldn't bring them up. Yeah, that could happen.
Just booked.
Which is why it's great here in Laval with a team that close. That they could have gotten a player.
Well, Phillies is close, but they were in Tampa Bay that night.
Oh yeah.
So there was no way they could make it work.
Yeah, that happens. Rarely, but it happens. 23 seconds. Oh, man, they almost scored an empty netter. 18.6 left, and it's an icing call. So one face-off in the offensive zone for the Leafs, and they need 2 goals.
I'm sure that'll go well.
I mean, if I was just watching this game for myself, I'd probably turn it off at this point. It's not. Like I got to do it right to the last second. Leafs are not built to win in the playoffs, David. They're not.
They don't have the defense. They don't have the goaltending. They don't have, and now suddenly, and their penalty kill is horrific.
Or the heart.
Or the self-esteem.
Yeah, heart and self-esteem I'll put in the same category.
That went wide by about an inch. Is it officially over on your end?
Yeah, it just ended. That's it. Bruins win 3-1. And they lead the series 3-1. And if you're a Leafs fan in Toronto right now and at the game, your heart is breaking. I don't feel bad about that.
Every year.
I don't feel bad about that for some reason. So, but for the good Leafs fans out there, and Zachary, who was here earlier, yeah, I feel for you. But you guys are normal, and you know that your team sucks. So there you go. Bad defense since 68. Okay, yeah, and tonight too. And the coaching. Yeah, no, it just sucks if you're a Leafs fan. But I'm happy that this
is memes in about 3 days. So that's a win to me.
Yeah.
Bad to Leaf memes are coming in.
Yeah. You got to think that Tuesday, that's going to be a difficult. You know what, though? It's actually a difficult game for Boston to win. That last one to close out.
Last one's the toughest, but I think the Bruins come in ready because they remember what happened last year.
Yeah, and I think that the Leafs don't come in ready. I don't think the Leafs are ready because I don't think they got a coach that can get them there.
I think the Bruins are going to get curb stomped in the second round, but I think they're going to end it in 5 this round.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I got Florida in 5 round 2 if you want the honest answer.
Oh, yeah. No, listen, I'm not. As soon as this series is over, I no longer cheer for Boston. It goes back to I hope they lose, and we'll see what happens there. But I agree. I think Panthers beat them in the second round. So, anyways, Leafs fans, sucks to be you guys.
See you next year yet again.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, man. That's definitely what's going to happen.
All right, Rick. I'm going to depart for the evening.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I'll see you tomorrow morning to record Zizinbin.
Yes,
11
sir.
a.m.
All right, man. Thanks for stopping in as the only one that joined me. I appreciate that.
Hey,
It was
I
good
kept my word.
It
It
was
just
good
obviously was a
conversation,
little
and I
later than I
enjoyed that.
originally thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no worries. No, things happen. You showed up. That's what matters.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Talk
Like
to
I
you.
said, I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, ciao, ciao. All righty. Sorry about not paying enough attention to you guys in the chat. I'm going to move the window so I can see it a little better. There we go. All right. The air going out of the Leafs balloon. Well, let's see how they come out. If I'm a Leafs fan, I wouldn't have confidence in this that the coach is going to have them prepared. They're going to step up. I don't know what it is with Matthews, though. If he's injured and out of game 5, yeah, it's over for them. So, yeah, another season. It was a short thing this year. Another short thing down the drain. Yeah, I doubt I'm going to watch that, but I might take that in depending if I can find something to watch or not online. If I can't, I'll probably turn the TV back on and watch that game. We'll have to see. All right, I'm going to take off because I'm tired. I put out a video today. If you want to see a report card, the Leafs players report card, I put that out today. Please check that out. There's not a link in the description, but it's the last video I put out, so you should easily find it. And if you're on Don't Puck with Media, watch it there. Click the link for Talking Habs. You'll find it that way. It's in the description. What else? That's it. I guess we're not back till Tuesday for a live show. I don't know what we're doing on Monday for pucking around, but we'll be doing a podcast on Monday, either audio or video or live, but it won't be live, I doubt. So anyways, that's what's coming up. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And we'll definitely cover this on Tuesday. What are we today? Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. You got all the rest of Saturday night. Enjoy that Saturday night. Thanks for being here. Till I see you again. Stay safe out there. Peace out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate that. All right. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Ciao, ciao, everybody. And my cursor, if I find that, there you go. Bye.